Well, from southern Ontario, this sunny July 7th. So I want to tell you a street story today about my buddy Gordo. And it does have to do with the drug abuse. But let me tell you Gordo's story because it's a bit unique for one of the unhoused, as Trudeau refers to them. Gordo was a successful businessman. He was married, had 2 daughters, a successful business, a couple of houses. Not sure how long ago it was. So I'm going to say 20 years ago he got divorced. And when the divorce divvying was done, he bought each of his daughters a house with his share of the divvyings that would be worth about $2 million in today's money. I said, you didn't keep any of that money at all for yourself, Gord? He goes, no, brah. Calls me brah, like bro. I bailed Gord out of a bit of a jam one day on the street. Nothing worthy of note really, but we've been buddies ever since. So anyways, he said, no, he says, I would have just drank it. I said, oh, you didn't keep anything for yourself, any investments or anything? I mean, you never seem to be short on dough. But Gord starts out his day, fills his cooler knapsack with high-test beer from the grocery store, wanders around, sits here and there talking to everybody, sipping away in his tall boys, and then he resupplies. He goes to the beer store, next supply stop later in the day, the liquor store, by which time the beer store has changed shifts so he can return there. This is how Gord spends his day. Around midday sometime, who's ever he's talking to, he goes, well, I'm going to go have lunch now. Come with me, I'll buy you lunch if you want. He won't eat fast food. He always goes to a restaurant. He's generous of him. And so anyways, turns out Gord still owns another business. He just doesn't go to work anymore. His partner runs it, and there's 3 employees, and I guess Gord just draws a salary or whatever. Like it's his business, really. So anyways, Gord has sufficient funds to support his lifestyle, which he's quite content with. Right near the end of the month, his, quote, woman, unquote, will take him in for about 10 days because he pays the rent. And then, 10 days later or something, she gets tired of him, tosses him back out again. This happens every month. Gord seems happy with the situation. I seems to work for him. He doesn't seem to complain about it much. With a knapsack full of beer, you can always find a couch to sleep on. Now I come to the point of the story, because I see Gord downtown when I'm walking around collecting my stories and talking to the homeless and hanging out with them and whatnot. He'll see me, he'll go, brah, come have a beer with me, man. So I'm sitting having a beer with him one day in one of the little parkettes. And he goes, oh, Popo's coming. Here, give me your beer. I got a special pocket in the knapsack. Put them in there. They'll stay upright. And I said, why? You really think they're going to give us grief sitting here having a beer? He goes, well, yeah, they'll give us a liquor at a residence charge. I said, really? Like, look around. Like, I mean, everybody's consuming everything openly. And I mean everything, and I mean openly. And the downtown police knows Gordo by name and me by sight. So sure enough, they walk by and nod. Hey, Gordo, nod at me. And they go off on their way. And everybody's still doing everything all the time. Like, it doesn't slow anybody down. And as they depart the park, Gord pulls the beer back out. I said, really? They'd stop and write us up for liquor at a residence for sitting here on the park bench while all this is going on? He goes, oh, I got them nailed up on the wall at home. He says, I collect them. It's like part of my overhead. Yeah, they'll write you up for it. That's what our streets are like? Like, I mean, they're walking past every form of consumption going, and they would stop and write Gordo and I up for a beer. Anyways, that was the point of the story. Gordo's an entertaining character. I saw him today. I don't see him every day, so it just made me think of the story.